The Salem witch trials were a series of hearings and prosecutions of people accused of witchcraft in colonial America in Massachusetts between February of 1692 and of May of 1963. The result being of the trials were the executions of 20 people, most of them being women, and all but one by hanging. 12 other women had previously been executed in Massachusetts and Connecticut during the 1600s. But despite being generally known as the Salem witch trials, the preliminary hearings in 1692 were conducted in several towns such as Salem Village, Salem Town, Ipswich, and Andover. The most infamous trials were conducted by the Court of Oyer and Terminer in 1692 in Salem Town. The trial of Rebecca Nurse was controversial because he was first proven innocent, but through some persuasion of the judges, she was then tried as guilty. She was then excommunicated from the Salem Church and hung on July 19, 1692. George Jacobs Sr. was about 72 years old when he was hanged as a wizard on August 19, 1692. It was the first time when men were executed for witchcraft in Salem. He was accused, among many others, by his granddaughter and other personal grudge he had with other people. Perhaps one of the most notorious personalities in Salem, the Reverend Samuel Parrish represents some of the dangers of religious power when wielded by self-centered and deceptive individuals. His antipathy towards his opponents in Salem Village was simply a small factor in the bigger picture of the Salem witch trials. However, the persecution of witches began in his own household, and through that point extended deeply into the American psyche. But no one can help but question the amount of responsibility that Paris, who began preaching about the work of the devil in his parish, holds for the events of 1692. Sewall was elected by Governor Phelps to sit as a judge for the Willcraft trials on the Court of Oyer and Terminer. But years later, after the trials concluded, he admitted and confessed as demonstrating his personal remorse, taking his words the blame and shame for his part in condemning innocent people. He was the only judge to do so. William Stoughton was appointed Chief Justice of the Court of Oyer and Terminal in 1692. He ruled over the trials with determination to eliminate all witches from the Massachusetts Bay Colony, and was influenced so much by his conservative religious convictions. Even when the court was dissolved, he continued to enjoy much political success and never apologized for his role in the trials. Why do you think the Salem witch trials happened? It may be of religious reasons as a result of the Enlightenment. It could be a prank gone horribly wrong, or neighbors putting grudges on each other. But a compelling theory that some historians believe that during the time in the winter of 1691, there was a rare outbreak of a fungus called ergot that infests rye, which is the town's main crop. And under the right conditions, and Salem had those conditions during that time, ergot is known upon consumption to cause muscle spasms, delusions, seizures, and contortions unlike of those reported in those accused. In winter of 1692, it happened to be a wet season, and most of those girls lived near marshes where ergot loves to thrive. In the following year, however, it happened to be a dry season, and the symptoms as they appeared suddenly stopped, as well as the executions.